Aston Martin knows a thing or two about branding and building excitement for the reveal of one of their cars. Usually we see it on the big screen in the new Bond film, but this past Wednesday was a completely different world for Aston Martin. A world in which they haven't been since 1960. The much-anticipated reveal of the Aston Martin F1 car debuted to the world to much hype and excitement from fans and others alike. They've been building the hype for many weeks now with little social media tidbits of a driver's shoes, or their recent merchandise launch, which, by the way, you might need some Lawrence Stroll type money to afford some of those items. Sometimes when a company or product gets a lot of hype leading up to a reveal, there's always a risk of it falling short of the hype, but this wasn't the case for Aston Martin F1. They absolutely delivered on the hype of their car launch from all aspects of the reveal. The concept of the fan vault was a brilliant touch, with fans being able to watch pre-recorded segments while they waited for the show to begin. When we got to the launch itself, it was a very high production value, but it was elegant, smooth, and straight to the point, which I always like. No fancy dance performances or anything like that to waste your time. Pre-season car launches are big in the F1 world, but Aston Martin F1's launch even reached outside of the motorsport world to include some famous cameos from 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady and, of course, James Bond himself. The hashtag AMR21 was trending number 4 worldwide and had hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of social media interactions. When you compare the launch to their rivals this year and other rebrands of the past, Aston Martin has absolutely won the preseason championship by a long shot. We joke about the prices of the merchandise, but it's no wonder when you look at the money Lawrence Stroll and his consortium has put into this rebrand. In terms of the livery itself, it looks exceptional in photos and video, and I'm sure it will look just as good on track as the AMR 21 is scheduled to hit Silverstone on Thursday for a filming day. The British racing green is always elegant on any car, but especially so on a Formula 1 car. They've done a fantastic job of integrating the pink colors of their BWT sponsorship, especially on the driver race suits. It's a perfect contrast and doesn't take away too much focus from the green, and I also like how it's a nod to their Force India/Racing Point past. Even though Aston Martin has a lot of sponsors, the car doesn't feel cluttered with sponsor logos and decal, so it looks very clean in general. I'm sure you all have your thoughts on the livery, which I hope you'll drop down in the comments below, but before you do that, why don't we hear from the Aston Martin drivers themselves and what they think of their new car?
First off, it's a great looking car. I think the green is awesome. It's gonna look great on track. Seeing the car today for the first time in the new colors, Aston Martin on the cars. Such a historical name and incredible with an incredible history. It's really so exciting.
Well, I think people will be first blown away by the looks. As I said, I think it's a very pretty car. And then hopefully blown away again by its performance. But that's, I think, what we're all keen to find out. And no time on track yet, and I'm looking forward to see how it drives first. But I think by the looks, it looks very good, very classy and elegant. And I think it's one of the most beautiful cars on the grid. So, yeah, hopefully it is also as quick as it looks.
As the drivers and team members stated, if the car drives as good as it looks, it's a definite world champion. Unfortunately, looks will only get you so far in Formula 1, and it comes down to track performance when it's all said and done. I'm going to leave the technical breakdown to the experts out there, but I just wanted to highlight some interesting points on the new Aston Martin car. Unlike most of their rivals, Aston Martin is featuring a new chassis and have spent their development tokens on the monocoque. Luckily, Aston Martin hasn't had to spend any tokens on the rear of the car, which they get from the 2020 Mercedes. That could be good news for someone like Sebastian Vettel, as the Mercedes rear suspension helps it give better traction and rear-end stability. Elsewhere on the car, we can see similarities between the Mercedes W11 and the AMR 21, with things like the nose and side pods. I guess we're calling it the green Mercedes this year? With the new 2021 Mercedes power unit behind them as well, you will notice the bump on the engine cover to fit the new power unit, one that is similar to that of the W12 of this year. In terms of performance, Aston Martin Technical Director Andrew Green suggests they've learned a lot from last year and that they've got one key message for the team heading into this season.
We're building on last season. We made a few mistakes. It was a big learning season for us last year. I think we all agree that the team agree we underperformed somewhat. So I think we're just building on that, make less mistakes, be more consistent. I think that's the key message to the team for this year.
It's certainly an exciting time for the team and its fans as we get closer to the season. Aston Martin F1 have a ton of momentum behind them at the moment, but they need to translate that into on-track performance. This team has always had a good technical base, so I think the regulation changes won't affect them in a negative way. Having the Mercedes parts once again will put them in a good position to achieve their goal of third place in the constructors' standings. Past this season, Aston Martin has set itself a lofty goal of being F1 World Champion within 5 years. Is that too ambitious? Maybe not when you look at the structure of the launch and the acquisition of a former world champion. Comments from the likes of Otmar Safnauer and Andrew Green have already shown us that Sebastian's impact on the team was immediate and very positive. Vettel's long-term expectations will be right in line with his new team, and he's confident that he's in the right place to get his 5th world title.
Well, lots of new stuff for me to learn, so it's difficult to set out a real goal. But for sure, my goal has always been to win races. That's what I'm here for. And I think, the group that I'm joining, the team that I'm joining is very excited and very willing to perform. So wherever that may take us, I think it's very difficult to say a number right now. But surely we're not the favorites to start with. But as I said, it's embarking on a new journey and everybody's extremely excited.
So what do you guys think of the new Aston Martin 21 car and livery? And do you think that this is the best looking livery of all time in Formula 1 history? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below and also give us a prediction as to where Aston Martin will finish this season in the standings. Thanks for watching today's video. If you want more Aston Martin F1 coverage, check out our teammate Tail of the Tape video between Vettel and Stroll for 2021. Until the next video, thanks for watching and have a good day.